Alright, well, welcome to session 1 of Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Cool.
And as I stated earlier, you all returned from the haunted house trip, and your bar's been profitable over the past couple of weeks. You've made some money that I already distributed out. Things are going pretty good, still a little bit of tension with the bar down the street, but we'll see how that plays out in the end.
Yeah, this is where Damon goes to you guys. Yeah, guys, I'm just gonna stay back at the inn and focus on our interest here and the douchebag down the street. But I called my cousin to come help you guys with other adventures.
And so, would you like to introduce Cassiv and tell us about you?
Yeah, one day, my cousin shows up. You find a little on because he's a halfling, and they just say family troubles on the farther side of our family things happened. He's just your normal looking. He's just an average looking tiefling, 6 feet tall, fully decked out in plate mail. In plate, when you see him, his plate's kind of blackened, but his shield has a setting sun on it as his emblem for his casting abilities. But it's the sun setting on the shield. He's just real wicked looking battle axe. He's got black hair, white eyes, and light red skin. But otherwise, he seems pretty calm and placent. And he just goes, "Hello, everybody. How you doing?" And then he looks side-eyed at the floating utensils that the ghost goes, and he does divine sense to see if he can sense anything. Essentially allows me to detect undead. And I ask, "God, you guys know there's an undead thing over here?"
You say something about an undead?
Actually, no. It pretty much lets me evil, celestial fiend, and undead. Yeah, I can detect the presence of strong evil registers in your senses and noxious odor. So I wouldn't. I detect undead, but he's not evil. So hopefully he's not evil.
And he just kind of glances at you while you're detecting him, and just kind of gives you a grin in the end.
And then I vaguely remember part of the note that I got from my cousin that, oh yeah, we got a friendly ghost that helps keep the bar. And then it says, I'm looking forward to adventure with you, my fellow friends. My cousin speaks highly of you guys. Oh, and my name is Cassiv, and my last name is Grim, like my cousin.
Galador, would you like to go next?
All right. Orem comes down the stairs, and he's talking to a tall elf, almost as tall as Orem. The elf is long, light blonde hair. He's got the typical kind of stick up the butt elf sort of straight back, good posture. As he kind of like glides down the stairs, he's got these long, elegant robes and billowing cloak behind him, and just a simple staff, just completely white, just in his hand. And Orem is just, being like, and that'll be your room up there. And oh, hey, here's the rest of the group. And Orem will introduce each one to Galador. And then Orem kind of like takes one last look at the bar, says his farewells as he has a new position with the Watch, and he's going back to do what he loves. Galador kind of looks around the rest of the group and just kind of like nods at each of you and says, "Hopefully, this will be a worthwhile endeavor."
All right.
It will definitely be interesting.
Well, welcome, Galder and Cassiv.
And Anna, anything description-wise change about you?
No, I'm the same, just changed to a thief instead of a bard, and
And I'm gonna make a note the next time Bry gets arrested to have Orem do it.
Oh, that'd be
good
funny.
idea.
That would be funny.
It'd make for some great role play. Okay, so let's get started. It's the middle of the afternoon. You're all sitting at the bar. It's a slower day today than normal, but the bar is still half full, and you're expecting the regular crowd at night. And let's see if they gave me a character sheet on her. And as you're all sitting in, as you're all sitting around just taking in the day and attending to your bar activities, the ghost is serving drinks as well as always. And um, you notice this woman walks into the bar. And right off the bat, you can tell that she is definitely not from around these parts. And she's she's garbed in some sort of she's wearing religious garb. You can tell that she is a priest of something, and she's traveling with two escorts that are with her, and she comes in and they find a secluded table where they can just sit and observe everything. And Carol, your waitress, walks over to her and gets drink orders, and you hear her. You see her and Carol talking back and forth, and for a moment, and then Carol leaves, and she goes up to the bar and fills the drink order and takes the tray back over to the table. And on the way back to this priestess, um, she stops by your table for a minute and tells you all that this lady was asking around about you all and apparently would like to meet you. And Carol continues going over and serves the drink and goes back to her normal duties. And like I said, you got this woman dressed in priestly garb, and she's with two escorts with her. And I mean, these are big, muscular guys. Normally the average person wouldn't want to pick a fight with. But you can see that this priestess is looking around the crowd, and she's taking in everything very attentively.
Hmm.
What would you like to do? And when Carol stopped by your table, she kind of played it off on the down low so it wouldn't, raise any suspicions that you are who this woman's looking for.
Well, I'll watch her for a little bit before I do anything to see what exactly she does, and watch her guard, see if anything hinky.
Well, you're watching her, and you can still just see that she is scanning the crowd. She is taking in and examining everyone, and more than likely eavesdropping on conversations. But other than that, and sitting there enjoying her drink, you hope. Um, doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary. You do notice that the two gentlemen that are with her are not drinking. They're relaxed, but they're not drinking.
Well, since no one else needs to be taking initiative, I'll just stand up, walk over here. Yeah, seem to be looking for something, lady. Is there anything I can help you with as a patron of one of these bars, of this bar?
Yes, I'm looking for a group of adventurers who apparently own this establishment. That I have a job for them.
Fascinating.
Now, you wouldn't happen to know where I could find them. The waitress said that they were around here somewhere. Then, if she saw them, she'd point out to me. You know, Send them over. So, I'm looking for them. I just got a job. Do you know where I might be able to find them?
Well, one of them I'm related to. Maybe I can introduce you to them if you. Well, I can't really lie. I'm a paladin here. I go, yeah. Well, I'm not one of the original groups, but I've joined in to help fill in the role for my cousin.
Oh, okay. So you know the rest of the group then. That's great. Uh, yeah, I'm here in Waterdeep on a special mission, and the gentleman I'm working for is asking me to. My job is to procure magic items to take back to my native land of Cholt.
I've heard of Cholt.
Yes, it's quite a lovely country. We have a little bit of an undead problem, but we're working on that.
And when she says that, my interest peaks a little bit. You wouldn't have vampire problems there too. I would love to bring a divine justice to some of the undead.
Well, I know we've got everything from to dinosaurs to zombies, and it wouldn't surprise me that somewhere there are vampires. If you're ever in town, you really should come by and check out the dinosaur races.
Oh, yes, but the undeads pique my interest one of these days when I'm done with my fine friends here. Our venturing days here are done. I think go visit your country. Sounds fascinating. I'll call the group together and say, this lady has a proposal for us. She doesn't seem shifty or anything at all. She seems to be on the up and up.
Yeah, you could probably make a religion check on that to see what she's a priestess of.
My religion is horrible.
Yeah, but that was a pretty decent roll. And Avara, you do not know that she is a priest of Joaquin, which is the god of trade. and that generally their alignments are neutral to neutral good.
Okay.
So the rest of you going to join Cassive?
Yeah, I'll come over there with a few drinks and offer them to the guests.
I'll like kind of stand off to the side, leaning up against the wall. Listen.
And she's like, it is so nice to meet you. And, I've heard about what your group did here in Waterdeep, finding the cache of the missing dragons and so forth. And, I talked to a lot of people, and Durham down at the Yawning Portal said, I might want to check in with you guys. That you all seemed like you were capable adventurers that could handle most anything. And as I told your compadre here, I've been hired to obtain magic items and take them back to my employer in Chult. And, well, what I need is someone to locate um, some magic items for me.
Interesting. What type of magic items would these be, and where would you like us to go to find them?
I am not very particular about what they are. I pay cash for all magic items. Uh, more coins for the very rare ones uh, than the common magic items. I'm not setting up a store or anything, but we do pay well, and I always pay in platinum pieces.
Oh, nice. So,
And
out of character, essentially, she's kind of like a pawnbroker. She'll buy what we find.
yeah, absolutely.
But more of a high-end person, not trying to screw us, just trying to get a good deal in the long run.
Right. And, she'll be fair with you. But yeah, you don't get the feeling that she's a fence or anything. Her employer's reasoning for wanting them, you couldn't quite possibly know, and chances are she doesn't. But she's interested in paying cash for magic, and she's, you know, says that the Undermountain is a really good place to do that. And for those of you all who are not familiar with the Undermountain, 1,000 years ago, uh, a wizard named Hallister Blackcloak uh, was traveling through the area and come across, the mountain here, Mount Waterdeep. And he thought that it would be a great place to build his towers, his magical tower. And history, that far back, a lot of it, is incomplete. And there's just bits and pieces. And legend does have it that, this wizard's tower, he had apprentices come and go throughout the years, and rumor has it that, he ended up sequestering himself inside um, the tower. And over time, the tower itself and the surrounding walls fell into ruin. And during this time, the city, actually known as Waterdeep, sprung up, and it started growing, and it eventually it surrounded the ruins of this wizard's tower. And for some reason, like the Sunless Citadel, it has collapsed into the ground, and or part of it was only on top of the ground. Anyway, anything above the surface of this wizard's tower no longer exists. And, over the years, the early settlers knew about the underground mazes and the tunnels, and, they called it the Undermountain. And they often sent criminals down there as punishment for their crimes. And sometimes the criminals would manage to get out, and other times they were never heard from again. And it was this way for many, many, many years until a relatively young man by the name of Doran went down into the hole leading into Undermountain, and he spent some time there. And when he emerged from the labyrinth, he was laden with riches and had all these fantastic tales of, his adventures in the Undermountain. Well, he sold off the fortune that he had found down there, and he used it to build an inn over the entrance to Undermountain, and he calls this place the Yawning Portal. And as far as most people know, let me rephrase that. Most people only know about this one entrance into the Undermountain itself. And, Durham, he's got this winch and pulley system, and he lowers adventurers into the Undermountain for a gold piece. And, of course, it costs you another gold piece for him to winch you back out. And, you're able to climb the walls or feather fall down there if you want, but you're still paying the gold piece. Up and down. But over the years, even the newcomers to Waterdeep, you've heard stories about Undermountain and some of the adventures or some of the treasures recovered. And you've heard rumors that, the drow control parts of it. Dwarves were in there for many years, and all you know now is that it is occupied by all sorts of creatures. But it is a great way to make a quick buck. And she would like for you all to adventure into Undermountain and bring her any of the magical items, and she will pay.
Sounds like something I'm willing to do. Because, I mean, for me, it'd be more along the lines of maybe heading off any threats to the common folks above ground. So I'm more willing to go.
Yeah, sounds like a good deal.
Sounds
Well,
interesting.
Speaking of that, you personally haven't been to Undermountain, but you've heard the rumors that the Xanathar Guild and the Zentorium Network have had outposts down there. It's all rumors, as you would expect. you don't have any hard proof, but you know, well, your brother would have told you about the first time that they were in the yawning portal and the troll come up out of the hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, shall we take the lady's job offer?
I'm up for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, and she pays 10 platinum pieces for common items, 50 for uncommon, 500 for rare, and 5,000 for very rare. And she's made it clear that what she pays is very non-negotiable, and she also buys spell books, but it's priced upon the highest spell level. So 8th or ninth level spell would earn you 500 platinum pieces.
Should we sell her that flame tongue sword?
We've already sold it.
Oh, okay.
God, I didn't even think about that.
Well, it's not like we would
Oh,
know
first thing to buy.
foreshadowing there anyway.
Yeah, such a good idea. So, any preparations you all want to do before you head over to the yawning portal and go cave diving?
Check with our faction.
I'm gonna my cousin's gonna hand me his one healing potion he has.
Checking with your factions, you know, they don't have any current missions coming into play, but, you know, they can confirm that, you know, there are some criminal elements at work underneath Undermountain.
Yeah, and Cassif took Harper's just like Damon. So they're both in the Harper's. Yeah, I would have checked with the Harper's. He doesn't have the same standing, but they know each other. They know their group well.
So, you know, they're all for you getting rid of any criminal element and threats to the city. And, you know, they're also interested in if you find anything useful to your alliance.
Okay.
Okay, and just because I bought the map, I'm going to reshare it, but there is the yawning portal with the big hole in the floor again. And, you know, dorms behind the bar, and as you walk in, being bar owners yourself, the first thing you notice is he's got, oh, probably about 20 to 30 more people sitting in his bar than you all do.
He's been around a lot longer too.
Well, I think we're not the only ones she visited.
I'm sure that is the case. And, you know, once again, you see the huge hole in the middle of the floor. You see the winch and dorms waving at you and asking you how's business and, you know, come on over, have a drink, and, you know, what brings you to the portal today?
Well, we're thinking of heading down the chasm of the holy shit.
Ah, looking to expand your bar, huh?
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm more than happy to lower you down there. You know the price, so it's a gold piece down and it's a gold piece on the way up.
Okay, well, first, since I'm new to the group and just let people know I'm all in, I'll pay the gold for this. So I'll take out a gold, put it on the table.
That's per person.
Was it per
Hey,
person? So
just
I'll
in
do it.
case, can we pay the gold piece for the way up ahead of time?
Uh, Very good. Yes, you can.
All right.
Yeah, so there would be a total of 5 of us, right? With Brian, Bry.
Yeah.
So I'll give 10 gold over.
10 gold for the round trip.
And then kick Bry down the.
Plop, tumble.
He's a
uh,
monk. He can survive.
yeah, I can see him like that time Homer Simpson went to jump the gorge on the skateboard and he fell down the hill repeatedly.
Hmm.
Okay, so, yeah, one by one, Dorm starts lowering you down the hole, and let's see. Architecture, where's the hole?
And I'll adjust my inventory gold.
Okay, it does take a minute for him to lower each character down. So you are down several hundred feet in the hole.
I would
Yeah.
go first.
And I'll have a map coming at you here in just a second. And no pry. And big map coming at you. Okay. Uh, at the bottom, uh, you emerge into this dark 40-foot square room. Uh, you can see the only exit appears to be a tunnel leading south. And it also appears to bend to the west. And the floor itself is this thin layer of sand covering, or there's a thin layer of sand covering the floor. And on the walls, you can see these dented, rusty shields adjoining the walls, and the shields are covered in graffiti.
Can we read any of it? Or is there any like pictures that we recognize or words that we recognize?
Okay, yes. Now, on these shields that are on the wall, there's roughly 60 of them. And they're very old, and as you're touching them and just looking at them, um, they break apart. And behind one of the shields that broke apart when you touch it, written in common, you see, beyond the pillar forest, the mad mage waits, casting spells behind magic gates.
Well, that's odd.
Is that the only language that's on there? Is there like is the rest? Is there anything else on there, or is it just the common phrase, or is there
Uh,
graffiti like?
yeah, it's just graffiti written on the wall, and as you're looking at it, it appears that it was written in blood. But searching behind the remaining shields, you are not finding any more graffiti of that nature. You know, you got Bill was here, Bob died 5 rooms down, you know, that type of shit.
Okay, interesting.
I'm gonna write for a good time. Call Brycat.
Oh, I like that.
for an adequate time.
Inadequate.
If you got nothing better to do.
And as you're walking around looking at the shields, you can see that there is some discarded gear in the sand that's covering the floor.
No, probably nothing worth looking at. Right? Anything interesting?
Can I like investigate it or take a closer look?
Yeah. Actually, you're seeing several pieces of discarded gear. You're finding 2 iron spikes. There's an empty wineskin, a tinder box, and there's a pair of pants that will fit an adult human.
Hmm.
And I
Okay.
guess, give me just a second to open a book. And that would be players. Player. Okay, did you give me my table that time? Okay. Um, you found 2 iron spikes, an empty wineskin, a tinder box, and a pair of adult human-sized pants, and a little cameo carved into the likeness of a hideous person.
Okay. Let's keep the cameo. I don't know if anything else would be worth doing anything. I doubt that any of it's magic or anything.
Yeah, it's not magic at all, but you know it might have a value of a gold piece or two up top.
Chances are somebody ran out of here so fast they left their pants behind. And if they were running that fast, chances are those pants are no good to anybody anymore.
Yeah. I'll take the 2 spikes. Just maybe I can use them for.
Not a problem, and I'll actually even throw it in the party sheet. So, other than the destroyed shields and the discarded gear you found in the sand and the ominous message that the Mad Mage waits, um, you've got an exit to the southwest.
Well, if these items aren't magical, we should probably press on.
Yeah, you really didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
Right.
Lead on.
And for my own sense, before we go too far, hold up a second, gentlemen, and I'll cast a divine sense. So if we're out 60 feet, I'll detect any celestial, fiends, or undead 60 feet from where I'm standing.
Good idea.
That's not blocked by total cover.
And what's the range on that?
60. It's not like detect evil, so it doesn't detect evil creatures that aren't celestials, fiends, or undead. It's just those three types. So there could be an evil human around the corner that wouldn't detect it.
Okay. So, who wants to lead on down?
I'll take the lead. I can use my stealth and go ahead a little.
And that's essentially like a radar post. It doesn't keep going, it just goes off once for one round.
Yeah, you are not detecting anything currently. Okay, you all go down the hallway, and you can see that it kind of curves back up to the north. Okay, Anna, you are stealthily headed forward.
Anything interesting yet?
No, not at all. It's you still got some sand on the floor, but it's your typical dungeon corridor.
Okay.
I'll just keep a watch out when I'm walking, and I'll stare ahead of us.
Okay, and Anna, you can see that once it curves up to the north, that it appears to open up into a much larger hallway.
Okay.
And Anna, can I get you to make a perception check?
Huh? And then
I don't think my perception is very good.
Did you pick your class skills?
I'm not exactly sure how that works. It had me pick 4 skills. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so you picked 4 skills and one of them wasn't perception?
Well, perception is based on wisdom, and my wisdom is only 8.
Yeah, but it also gives you proficiency, so you would have gotten like a +3 at this level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she's got a nice investigation.
This is true, which is good for this level, for her class.
As do I.
I've got a 17 passive.
I guess I would as well. For investigation, you have a 17 passive?
I have a 17 passive perception.
Oh, perception.
My character sheet says a total of +6.
Yeah, but the passive assumes that you rolled a 10, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, passive is when you're not really paying attention. You're not actively listening. You know, you
Okay.
see something out of the corner of your eye. And as you round the corner, you can see that you're in this great big hallway. And at the end of this hallway, you can see this large room, and there are stairs descending into the room, and this room is lined with pillars.
Interesting.
Okay.
They could match the description of that beyond the pillar of force, Mad Mage White's casting spells behind magic. Hope we should be assuming that safety of traps will be working. Just start. Like I said, I'll be trying to keep an eye out for anything that might attack us from above. Ceilings lost in total darkness.
Okay, yeah, at this point, it's just still the same old corridor. You're not seeing or passively hearing anything coming from up the hall.
All right.
What is the light situation like? Is it pitch black down here?
It is. I'm sorry. It is completely black, with the exception of your dark vision.
Okay.
But until Unity comes out, I'm not worrying about your 60-foot range.
Not to put us off topic or anything, but that's one of the number one things I miss about old edition: infravision and dark vision differences. Low
Yep.
light vision, that stuff. But that's a side rant.
And as you get closer, you can see that to the west, there's stairs that go down into another hallway, and it looks like there are alcoves cut into the hallway.
Okay. What do these pillars look like?
Okay, the pillars themselves. They are cut of the same stone that that the rest of this dungeon is made out of. You're not seeing any ruins or any type of writing. You might see the occasional graffiti on one of them.
Okay.
And Anna, as you step down, you become aware of movement behind one of the pillars to the north of you.
Okay.
And
All right.
you can see one of these creatures hiding behind the pillar. And stepping out from one of the other pillars, uh, you can see another bugbear.
Okay.
And the one is moving towards you, and it's now time for everyone to roll initiative.
Nice, 20.
Avara once in the game.
She's been waiting for us this whole time.
But unfortunately, the bugbear gets to go first.
Wow.
And
Yeah, tie goes to Danny.
let's see. Yeah, he's gonna come forward. Damn it. Tokens are locked. And where he can get a clear shot at Anna, and he's going to throw a javelin at her, which hits really well.
Okay.
And that's the lower damage range. Oh, and it's a pretty good hit for you.
Wait, so I'm wounded by 8 points, or I'm down to 8 points?
You're wounded by 8.
Okay.
I'll move up there.
And Anna, you're up.
Alright, let's see. If I cast Blade Ward, can I still do another action, or is that my
Depending
whole
on what
turn?
type of action it is.
Like, okay, let's see. Yeah, I'll just shoot at it with my crossbow.
2 of you? No, do not come through the window. Back. Back.
But we like coming through the window.
I've got 2 dogs halfway through the bottom window. Oh, too funny. Trouble runs in pairs now. And Anna, you did get a nice hit.
Okay, and can I use this pillar for cover?
Are you a rogue?
Yeah, I am.
So you'd get sneak attack if you attack the one in front of me.
You want to change your attack on that, Anna?
She still gets to roll the sneak attack afterwards, since it did.
I think she attacked the one in front of me, didn't she?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's the one that I've targeted.
Oh. Number 1, number 11. They all look the same.
I had to look like 4 times.
Yeah. So does that mean I get extra damage?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How do I do that?
Well, you need to set up your sneak attack dice.
Right. Okay.
Because at level 6, you get 3d6.
Okay. So How do I do that on the character sheet, though?
Okay. And sneak.
Should I just roll 3 more times or 2 more times, or what?
And that's 36 for sneak.
Yeah.
Okay. Anna, if you'll look at your actions tab on your character sheet,
Yeah, I
underneath,
see it.
yeah, just drag or you've got him targeted. Yeah, you can either drag the little blood drop or just click it. And that gave you 9 more points of damage, knocking his ass to critical.
Cool.
Would you like to move or do you want to stay where you're at?
Yeah, can I use that pillar as cover?
Yeah, you sure can.
So I guess should probably move up a square. That's probably the best place.
Yeah, that will give you cover. Okay, Cassiv, let's see what you got.
I'll move to there. And I attack him twice. Okay, I only attack him once because I'm not going to beat a dead horse. And, excellent. And
Okay, and the other bugbear.
no blood stain from where he is.
Now I gotta re-download that extension. My Fantasy Grounds folders are a mess.
Dying bugbear is going to attack.
And bugbear is gonna come over. And yeah, we're gonna come in another 5 feet.
I think that's the
And
wrong
we're
one.
gonna. I'm sorry.
I think that might be the wrong one.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Yeah, the one that's initiative it is dead.
Okay, got it. Okay, we're there now. So that does.
Well, they do look alike, so I mean, I don't blame. I wouldn't think he bothered the
Yeah, he
camping
would
gear.
have died this round, so. Okay, Galador.
Okay. Um. Hmm. I think. Oh, I don't really have too much movement. I think I'll just move here, and I think I'll hold my action with a ray of frost as soon as the bugbear comes out of hiding, and I get a clean shot.
Okay.
Okay, and that'll be that.
Okay, he's already. The other one threw the javelin. And which one hit Anna? That one does not have a javelin. So he is going to come in.
And I want to ray him.
Yep.
Hey! Way to go, cool guy.
Oh, good hit. And he is still on his feet, so
I dropped 10 feet of his movement on him.
I
If it
see.
matters.
10, 20, yeah. You got his last 10 feet. And he's going to swing a Morning Star at Cassiv. Oh, no, he's not. It was a swing and a miss.
Shall move up a little bit and try to smack him. So that flame tongue warhammer would have come in real handy right now.
As soon as I saw that crit, I missed it so bad.
Okay. And
Alright, I'm just gonna stay where I am.
not a problem.
Swing away at this one, at this guy. Hold my axe up and just scan the room to make sure there's nothing else coming at us.
Okay, you all are out of combat.
Search the bodies.
And
You find dirty loincloth.
well, no treasure parcels on them. Other than the spear and the morning stars, that's all you're finding on them.
Okay. I'm gonna search the rest of this area and see if there's anything interesting.
Okay, as you are looking around, you can see that the corridors from the compass points do go a long way in each direction. And we'll move your token. Anna, on that pillar there. Oh, you got him still targeted. Bugbear 2. Okay, on the pillar there at the southernmost one, um, you see carved in common along the wall right there are the words certain death this way. And there's
Okay.
an arrow pointed toward the southern hallway that you're looking at.
All right.
If it's certain, I wonder how someone would know in order to write it.
Maybe they sent somebody ahead.
And Anna, as you're reading that, you notice at the bottom of the pillar that you're standing at, there is a loose stone at the base.
Okay. I am going to step a little bit away, and I'm going to use my mage hand to try to remove the.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to mage hand the stone away from a safe distance, and nothing happens except
Okay.
the mage hand brings you this chunk of stone.
All
But
right.
you can see that there is a compartment at the bottom of the pillar,
All right. I'll go look inside.
and it is empty.
Okay.
Whatever was there was plundered a long time ago. And to the north of you, you can see that the hallway goes down many feet. It does have a side hallway, and then at the end, it does branch east and west. Uh, the hallway to the west of you, um, you can see that down the hallway, there are these niches cut into the wall, and each one of them looks to be about three 3 foot deep. And just glancing from the room that you're in, you can see what looks like there's a mirror on the back one of them, in the back of the niche.
Okay. That's to the west.
Yes, to the west.
All right. Anybody want to go look at the west?
I don't know. The mirror's what in the back of the hall. Oh,
Well, at this
Um,
point, one way is as good as another.
Yeah. I say let's go west.
okay. Yeah, you're the scout. And you want to watch out the traps.
Yeah. Can I use my investigation as we're walking through this area?
yeah,
Check
you
the
sure
trap.
can. Um, yeah, right now, you're not seeing anything that wasn't there or out of the ordinary. And as you get closer to the room, you can see that mounted on the back wall, inside these niches, are a large oval glass mirror. And it's got this heavy stone frame around them. And down in the middle of the corridor, you do see the blackened end of a burnt out torch just lying there on the floor.
Before
Okay.
Anna goes any farther, I say, be careful. That description says beyond the pillar force. Mad Mage waits casting spells beyond magic gates. These mirrors may be some type of magic gate.
Could be a trap.
Yeah. But I'm not seeing any physical traps, right?
No, ma'am, you are not.
Okay. So, shall we keep going?
Okay. And that's down. Okay. Yeah, as you're walking down, you're looking in the niches, and you're seeing your reflection in the mirror.
Okay, does it look normal?
Yeah, sure does.
Where exactly was the torch? Like in the middle?
Yeah, it's. Give me a second. I'll put a token on it. Sorry, the fireball token is handy.
Roll dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
But you got a burnout torch laying right there in the middle.
Anybody want to do detect magic?
I can do it as a ritual. It'll take 11 minutes.
Yeah, you'd have to give me about the same.
Well, that would tell us if these mirrors are magical, right?
Well, yeah, one of us can cast it. We'll just need to take 11 minutes.
Yeah, I know. So, I think it's worth the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure paladins can't do ritual casting.
Should we wait 11 minutes to cast it, or should I just go and see what?
Well, if it takes 11 minutes, there's no harm in waiting.
Yeah, we're not in a rush at the moment.
All right, let's wait then.
If we had a barbarian, he'd just smash the mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yep, I'm gonna need some tokens. Okay, where the X's are on the map, those are the mirrors that are. You are detecting an aura of illusion magic.
Okay. I'm gonna take out the that cameo, and I'm gonna hold it up in front of this.
Okay, you're holding a cameo of a very ugly creature in front of a mirror.
Nothing happens, huh?
Nothing's happened.
Okay.
Should have bought a 10-foot pole.
What was that?
You should have bought a 10-foot pole.
What do you need a 10-foot pole for? To break the
Touch
mirrors?
touch things 10 feet away.
Oh, okay.
It was the classic item in earlier D&D.
Yeah.
Yep, that and
Yeah,
shovels.
Yeah, everybody in my group, we always bought 10-foot poles and we never did anything.
So you couldn't carry all the gold back. That was the thing. So you always had to bury it out in the woods somewhere. Come back later with a bunch of hirelings.
Let's see.
All right. So do we want to do anything with these mirrors? Are we gonna hit them with something and break them?
Set a
I'm gonna
roof.
uh, I'm gonna cast my mage hand again and send it over to pick up this torch.
Okay, you have an unlit torch.
Use it to put up against a mirror in front of you. See what happens.
Okay, I do that.
Okay, and just when the torch should be touching the mirror, it seems like it's going through the mirror.
Okay, I pull it back out.
And the torch looks the same as when you stuck it in there.
All right, I've got an idea. I think that if whoever's holding this torch can pass through.
Toss it in. See if it comes out one of the other mirrors.
Okay. I'll use my mage hand, have it carry it inside, and see.
Okay, and it goes in through the mirror, and you're able to pull it back out if you so desire.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold the torch and poke my head in and see what I see.
Okay, when you poke your head through, the center of the mirror, um, you realize that you have stuck in your head into a shelf, like a bookcase.
Okay.
And if just from, you're able to see the outline of the top and the bottom of the shelves and, feeling around and looking at it, you can see that there are 3 shelves behind this illusionary mirror. And unfortunately, all 3 shelves are empty.
Oh, okay. So the mirror is just an illusion. Is that right?
Yes.
It's not. Okay, so the mirror is
That
not really there.
the mirror frame is there. It's just that the glass is the illusion.
Okay, I see. All right.
You want to check them all?
Might as well.
Okay. Um, the the second mirror that you detected as magic, it as well is just a set of 3 empty shelves behind it.
Okay. We'll go to the third one.
Yeah, be careful because that's where the torch was.
Right. Yeah.
It looks
Okay.
to be
Yeah. Since that's where the torch was, I'm gonna stand right here
Okay.
and use the mage hand to investigate the
Yeah, just like the other mirror, it managed to go into the mirror and come out.
Okay. Well, it seems safe enough, I guess. So I'll go take a look.
Okay, and you poke your head in, and you can see that 2 of the 3 shelves are bare. Um, The third one holds this bronze mask.
Okay. Is the mask is the detect magic spell still going?
10 minutes.
Okay. So is the mask magic?
No, the mask does not appear to be magical.
Oh, okay. Um. All right. I'll step back just in case there's some kind of trap, and use my mage hand to pick up the mask.
Okay. You now have a bronze mask that I am adding to the inventory.
Are we about ready to stop? Because I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, actually, this is a really good spot to stop.
Okay.
I like how
Okay.
giggly he is at this whole thing.
Right. Yeah. That tells us what's gonna happen next.
I'm going to kill you.
Kept thinking there'd be an orb of annihilation or something stuck ahead of him.
Yeah, have you noticed
Oh.
where I'm hiding right now?
That's what I like about playing my warlock. Is my warlock is, with Eldritch Blast, it's 120-foot range. I can sit way.
I have like an illusion of myself just like hanging out, like standing there with you guys.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Hey, you
Nice
all
and
have a
brief.
good night, and same time next week?
Yep.
All right.
Hopefully, Brow will show up.
Absolutely. If not, we'll have Damien go kick his ass.
That'll work.
All right.
Good one, all.
See ya.
All right, good
Have a
night.
great evening.
Good night.